So my recording has started, so you'll be able to play back and follow step by step, but it's good you are here to follow along. Now, in case you you get your laptop and you don't see this, you don't see Google Classroom under your app launcher, just go to your normal Google search bar and type classroom.google.com. So that's it. So once you just press the enter key, it lands you on the Google Classroom. So now when you land on this page, if you are using a mobile phone, you will see the same view, but of course in a mobile portrait direction. Then on the phone, for those using the phone, you will see this plus button at the bottom of your screen. This plus button here. So once you click on this plus button, it will tell you two things. So the first one says join a class. The second one says create a class. Now we want to use this platform for teaching. So you will use create a class. So this is how to start to create a class. Now for you to educate your students, for those who have never used this before, when they get to the same home page, the same landing page, either on the app on the phone or on the computer laptop like this, they too will click on your students now. I mean, they will click on this plus button as well, and they will use join a class because they are students that want to join. But in this case now, we are teachers that want to create a class. So I click on this button. Now it says it will give you this notification, but this shows that I agree. Click on this button, I agree, and you continue to use it without Google Workspace. That's what this means. So the first thing, which I think the only major thing, is just to name your class. So this class that I want to name today, we are all from Eduwani group, so let me call it Eduwanians demo class. Now just give it a name. So once you click on this, just give it whatever name that you think you and your students will relate with easily. But if you think you still want to go ahead to fill these other ones, you can please go ahead. But most importantly is the name that is very important, and you come down here and click create. There is not like stupid question. No matter how you think it is so minute, I will be glad to answer any question. No silly question. I'll be glad to answer you. All right, so now it's here. The class is ready. If it is your phone, the same thing you're going to see. All right, so it's just trying to show us how to navigate around, thinking I am a learner or I am a first timer. All right, showing me that this is where I will click to create announcement. Then I can say, okay, thank you, show me the next thing. It says here is where I can reuse announcement as well. So this button is for us to reuse an announcement we have created before. This is an empty class. There is no student here. So the next thing is to start pulling students into this class. Okay, but before we start pulling students in here, I think it is not good for the student to come and see. Look at what this says. I don't want to be alone. Can anybody read this?
This is where you can talk to your class.
This is where you can talk to your class. All right. And obviously you can see it's an empty thing. Nothing is here. If you join right now, you are also coming to see this bare empty class, which to me, I think there should be a welcome message before I start inviting students to join in. So to do that, I think I will need to create a welcome message. You are free to just come in here that says announce something to your class. This is the button that will always be at the top, where you will say anything you want to say to the class. Oh, by the way, when we landed, anytime you click on your classroom, here is where you land. It's called stream. Stream is a page where every information is displayed. If you give them an assignment, it will be displayed here under stream. Okay, if you give them any announcement, any assignment, or any information, it is always coming up here for you and your students to see. Here is where we'll go to classwork, people, grades, and all that, which we'll do that much later in this course today. Now, under streams, like I said, the first thing you see at the top is this that says, let me cancel this, announce something to your class. So it's always at the top. All right, now I click in this, and I will need to type whatever I want to type. So in this case, I want to send a welcome message to my students. To save my time, I will quickly, you can type it yourself. It's never a crime. You can say hello students and so on like that. Before I could do this, it would take me like about 5 minutes, 3, 4, 5 minutes or more, depending on the content I want to do. All right. But instead of that, I will quickly use this tool here, which I used last time. That's ChatGPT. This is my ChatGPT. So I'm just going to tell, somebody is asking who is ChatGPT or what is ChatGPT. It's an AI tool. It does its own in such a way that it does not copy from any website or search engine like Google. It is a raw, pure uncopied message that it will generate for you. So if you need more information about this and more, you can still contact me after the class. Now we are on ChatGPT. I'm going to tell ChatGPT to write a welcome message as a teacher, okay, to welcome second grade students. So I will need to change this now to my name. I want it to include my name, Mr. Eduwani. Okay, so write a welcome message. Write a welcome message as a teacher, Mr. Eduwani, to, okay, there should be a space there, to welcome second grade students. It can be any class actually. So you put in your class, second grade students, into a new Google Classroom. Once you put this command, I told ChatGPT to write this and I will send it. Let's see what it will do for us. Okay. It's still creating the content for me. Wow. Now, this is fine, absolutely okay, but I think this is way too much. Like, the content is too much. So I can just say thanks. Keep it short. Now, let's see what's going to do. Now, fine. I think this is okay for me. Just a demo, all right? So I will copy this, and I'm fine with what this has created for us. So we go back to our classroom. There we go. So I'll just paste this here. Okay. Now, so this is done, and I can post it into the classroom. So now the next thing now is my welcome message is ready. Now I need to start inviting students into the class. If you can see this button here, this way here, you will see a code, class code. I will expand this for me to copy this code. All right. I copy this code and I will copy. Then I can now send it to my students either on WhatsApp, or I print it for them, or I write it manually for them in their diaries or in their notebooks, or any way you want to write it for them, or you send it to their parents on WhatsApp group platforms. If that's not happening, maybe you have other means of communicating, or via email. All right. So you send this to them to use this code to join the class. All right. Alternatively, if you don't want to use the code, you have an invite link here, which you can also share. So you can copy the invite link and send to them however you want to send it to your students or their parents. The advantage of the link is that once they get the link, automatically it will land them in without any struggle. But if you are giving them a code, it is not a struggle as well, but you need to explain to them that they will need to go to the app on their phones. Then they will need to click join a class before they can put this code. You will need to explain that to them, which I think is not difficult as well. It is just 2 simple steps. Get the app, click the plus button, then click join a class. Put this code there and you will land in this classroom. So that's just for the code, by the way. Under people, I am just the only person here under teacher. Look at students, no student here yet. So I'm going to bring that code back again. It's under my stream. You don't need to stress yourself to look for the code. Oh, I remember what I forgot. When I'm using a phone to create your class or to run your Google Classroom, you may not see it under the stream page like this. The way it is easy for us to see it on the computer. So if you are using a phone, what you need to do is right there on the landing page, look for this settings icon that looks like an engine gear. So click on this engine gear on your mobile phone now, and you will see the code somewhere here. Okay, so here's the code, class code. I have to do this for those that will be using phone to run their class. I've already told us what to do. This button will always be at the top where you can communicate. Hello, don't forget to come with your socks tomorrow. Or tomorrow you need to come with your costume for your drama, whatever. Use this button to communicate with them. I showed you that when I sent this welcome message. All right. Now, classwork, which is the second button at the top right here. Classwork. I need to show you these things because the phone view is not the same with laptop view. On the phone, you will see this class, the stream, the class, the people, grades are not. You will see it at the bottom of your screen. Okay, you see it at the bottom of your screen on the phone view. So let's proceed. So here says classwork, and you can see a big button here that says create. Click on create. You will see different options here. Watch your screen if you can. Watch your screen. So the first one says assignment, quiz assignment, questions, material, reuse posts, topics, and all that. Now, for me, I use 1, which is assignment. Quizzes, I hardly use question, but you can. Then I use materials. Most importantly, I use assignment and materials. Assignment and materials. So now for assignment, when I click on assignment now, okay, this is like a demo showing me how to navigate, how to get rubrics. I got it. The first thing is to give our assignment a title. What I have on my notepad as I was preparing for this course is to create an activity for a grade 2 class on alphabetizing. Okay, so I go, I will use SING there because it's British standard. Alphabetizing words. Okay, so that's the title there. Of course, in here you put in your instruction. Whatever you want the student to do, that's where you put the information right in there. So I just said go through these video lessons. Okay, now the video lessons will be in a video that will send to them. Now let me say this very quickly. When you are using this kind of Google account, there is limit to the space you have. You have just a space of 15 gigabytes. And you can imagine if you have 15 gigabytes, that is where you will have to be uploading videos, uploading photos, and do so many others. So if you upload videos directly from your phone or a video you have downloaded somewhere, maybe on your laptop, it will work for you, but it is occupying space. Once your 15 gigabyte is over, you will not be able to probably use the account effectively again. It may start misbehaving. So to save space, for me, I will recommend you use links to YouTube videos or whatever video you have. You can upload the video in what we call Google Drive. If you don't know how to do that, I can also do that for you in another training free of charge. Okay, I won't collect money from it, or you can ask me personally on how to do that. When you have a video on your laptop or on your phone and you want to use that video that you have already downloaded for your children to watch and learn from it, don't just upload the video like from this button here says upload. If I click this upload now, it simply means I am trying to get a video of maybe 20 megabyte, 50 megabyte, 100 megabyte, and when I upload it, it is taking part of my space. So instead of me to do that, I would rather upload the video in Google Drive, then get the link from that Google Drive and put it here. I click on this button that says attach link. Everything under this section is for attachments. Okay, you can attach drive. Like I was saying, if you have uploaded a video in your drive, this is the button to get a link from there. Then it does not occupy any space, or it's not taking any extra space. Okay, then you can create something new. When I click on this button here that says create, now it's telling me I can create docs, I can create slides, sheets, drawings, forms, and so on. Okay, now for these forms, there is so much more things you can do with this form. We can do that in another training some other day. I've got a link somewhere on the internet. I think it's actually YouTube video. In your own case, it can be either YouTube as well, or from Google Drive, or from any website that you have gone through. You trust the website. So copy the link from there. Click this button here that says link, attach link. Then you put the link you have copied in here. Then you go add link. And boom, you see that there. All right. Then I said 3 videos. That's because I said 3 videos. So if it is 1, you are fine, you are good and okay. Now the next thing is, what will they do after watching this video? Okay, I want them to work on a particular file that will be like their classwork or their homework or whatever you want to call it. Can be attached if you have the document of that activity or worksheet somewhere on your phone or on your laptop or whatever device you're using. You need to click this button here that says upload. Now I want to upload a file from my laptop, so I click on browse. Browse means to search for it from wherever it is, and I think I have it on my desktop. And here is it, worksheet alphabetical order. I click on that and boom, it's going to be added in here. So this is the worksheet. Now students can only view this file. So it means if I should post this assignment right now, when they open this document, they can only see and look and read, but they cannot write on it. They cannot adjust or do their work on this document. But if you want them to be able to work on it, this drop down here, then you click on that. Then you see student can edit file if you want them to edit. Okay, or make a copy for each student. Which is the best? Let each student have their own file that will be their own copy to work on. Of course, if it is their own copy, they can edit it. So I would recommend you go with this, because if you use this button here, the second option that says student can edit the file, You know what that means? It means Ajayi will edit it. It will show on John's work too that Ajayi has edited. Then John will edit. Then another person will see what the two of them have done. And so everybody will be editing the same document. That is if you go with student can edit this file. So it means all the students in this class will edit this, which will not be nice for this particular work you want to do, except you want to do it as a group work. That could be from older children in secondary schools. Otherwise, let them have individual copies. So I click on this. On the right hand side, you see points to grade. If you don't want to score this work, you just want them to do it and give comments, only comments. Well done. You made mistake in your first one. Try to make it this in the other one. Good job to you, dear, and so on. Then you may not need to grade. Okay, but if you want to give them grade like 10 over 10, 20 over 20, or whatever it is, then you need to set your grade here. So for this, let me believe I want to make it 20 points. All right. Then if you don't want to grade it like I said, click on this button and select ungraded. Ungraded now means Google will not ask me to score it or to give it a grade. All right, but if you want to do grading, then you need to set whatever you think you want on that. Okay, so I go with my 20 points there. Then due date means when you want this to be due for submission. When you want this to be due for submission, you need to click on this. But if you don't want to set a due date at all, then you don't need to bother. Just ignore and just click assign straight away from here. Okay, but if you want a due date, of course, click on here and select your calendar with this button here, calendar, and select this. Then you come up here and click assign. If you don't want to assign, let me say this very quickly. I'm looking at the time, it's counting down on me. Now this button here says is a drop down in case you want to put this to drop in the future. Like I want to send this now, but the student will see it tomorrow or they will see it next week. Then you click schedule. Automatically it will be posted on whatever date you select. I just click on schedule and it's telling me when do I want Google to automatically send this to my student. So you set all this and click this button at the bottom here for schedule. But if I want to post this immediately, I just need to click on this button up here now. So now when you check stream now, which is our landing page in any classroom, when students join now or when students get notification that Mr. Eduwani has posted the work, this is what they will see. I want to join as a student on my phone, so I will show you what the student will see.
I've joined as a student, sir.
You've joined as a student. Awesome. Yay. Let me check. Now, she just said I have joined as a student. Okay. Now, you as a teacher, you need to check who are the students in your class. Okay. This button here says people. You see the same thing on your mobile phone if that's what you're using. So I click on people here at the top here. Email the student to remove the student or to mute this particular student as well. All right, now you can use this plus button to also invite more people into the classroom. I'm just trying to show you what you can see under the section for people before we get to grades. Okay, it may be Mrs. ABC is the main class teacher of year 2 and Mrs. 123 is the assistant to Mrs. ABC. So this is Mrs. ABC, the main teacher here that has created the class, but Mrs. ABC needs her assistant to join her in that same class. Then you can give the other partner an access by using this plus button here. You click on it and you can type in their email directly. Please, you don't use code to join as a teacher. I think I need to say that one more time. You don't use code. This code here, you don't use this code here to join as a teacher. This code is only student that can join, not even the link as well. Both the link and the code can only work for students alone. But if you want to join as a student, as a teacher, or you want to add a teacher, if a teacher will not even join, a teacher can only be added. Anybody using that code is becoming a student automatically, even if he is a teacher. Like the people that joined already, they are coming into these people now as students. But if I want them to be a teacher, I am the only one that would personally invite them by using this plus button, and I need to type in their personal Gmail. So when you put their Gmail there, then you see this invite button that will come up for you, and you use that to invite them. So you can have more people to join this class. Okay, so that's for under people. Stream work, alphabetizing work is here. Now this is the work. it says 0 turned in, 0 turned in. Okay, it means nobody has submitted this work. All right, nobody has submitted. I'm still accepting submissions. If I turn this button off, it means sorry, no one can submit again. That's for this button here, and it's showing me I have 2 students in this class. Can you try to just share your screen for us?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm here.
You are still here. Awesome. Okay, since you are still here, then try to share your screen and take us to the Google Classroom app on your phone. Let me stop sharing for myself. Do you know how to share screen, or I should tell you how to do that?
How would I do that, sir?
Then you see 3 dots. Can you see it? Yeah, it's coming up. We can see your screen coming up. Awesome. Okay. I think I can see our screen, so I want to believe others can see our screen too. Okay. Awesome. Now, very good. Now, click on the assignment. Now, this is a student now. So let's see what the student is doing. So in this course, we are doing what a teacher would do, and we are showing you what the student will also see, because some students will need guide on how to do it. Okay. All right. So now this is the homework that this child, so I will be calling this child, let me give you a sweet name. I don't want to call you your real name now. So Janet is seeing this homework. Now let's assume Janet is done. Okay. Let me see. Scroll up, please. Janet, scroll up. Nothing is showing. Very good. Stop there. Now, can you see that arrow? That arrow that says your work with an arrow upward, right? It shows the document I sent is for each child. So it's showing this document is for that child. All right. So can you click on that document? I just want you to see what the child will see. Click on that document there. That PDF. Yes. So this is it. Can you pinch and zoom? Okay, make it bigger a bit. Awesome. Leave it like that. Leave it like that. Awesome. I like the way we are doing this together. I think it's a very good one. So this is what the child will see. Okay. And if you can see, there is a pen icon at the bottom of your screen. Can you tap on it? Tap on that pen icon at the bottom of your screen. Okay. That thing blinking at the top there, tap on it so it will disappear. Okay, all right. So now you have this. Now the next thing is the child will be able to either copy this directly into his or her notebook, depending on the instruction that the teacher has given. If you want them to do it in their notebook, okay, then the child will be looking at this, pick his or her notebook and start writing. Okay. And the child will have to submit that work either physically into the classroom, or the child will take a photo of that work and upload back. All right. And upload back for the teacher to see. Okay. Now click on that. Janet, please click on that arrow at the top that goes backward. That arrow at the top that goes back, that goes towards the left. Yes. Back again. The same arrow again. Okay, back to the classroom. Okay, I just made you to see that and see how it works. There is a button for submission. No. Open the assignment, please. Okay, there is a button for submission. But before that, can you click on that your work? Slide it up. That your work. There's a tiny arrow there. Okay, hold on. Private comment. Add a comment to design slider. That is, add a comment to the teacher. The teacher is design slider. I am design slider, in case you are confused. Okay. All right. So add a comment to your teacher. Please click on that and let's see what shows up. All right. Just type anything. You can say well done. Just type well done or hello. All right. Thank you. Post it. Send it. And hello is fine. Okay. Send it with that arrow on the right hand. Boom. Okay. Now, immediately she put that. Can you see there is a black button at the bottom that came up automatically? And that button says turn in. Don't click it yet. Don't click it yet. Okay. That button says turn in. Now, this is designed by Americans. Google Classroom is designed by Americans. So their language is turn in. But in Nigeria, we say submit. Let your student know that turn in is called submit. All right. Some other apps too, they call it hand in. It's the same thing. Hand in, that is, give it back to the teacher, or turn in, submit it back to the teacher. All right. So now let's click turn in and let's assume you are done. Oh, by the way, don't click it yet. Don't click it yet. Hello,
Okay,
Janet.
sir.
Are you still with me?
Yes, sir.
Using your screen now. All right. Now, let's assume Janet has done this work in her notebook. All right. And Janet wants to submit. And I want to see that notebook in this classroom here. I don't want to go to her house to see her work. All she needs to do is she will need to take a photo of that work that she has done in her notebook. Then come back to this classroom here. It's a very simple thing. Then click add work. That plus button with add work. Click on it. Add work. All right. Now, so many options came up for you. The first one says add from drive. You don't have it in your drive. You have it on your phone photo that you just took. All right. So to do that, upload is what you will use. Anywhere on the internet now, not just in Google Classroom. This is a tech tip. This is a technology tip. Anywhere on the internet, when you see upload, it means you have a file, either video file or photo file, image or document. And upload means I want to send a particular file to wherever you're sending it into. So the language upload means you want to send what you already have on your device. So click on that upload, Janet. Janet is a very good student. In fact, you deserve an award. I promise you a free... No, I don't want to promise you so that others will not be jealous. All right, don't click anything so that you don't show us photos on your phone, please. We don't need to see photos on your phone. Just leave it like that. Now, immediately Janet has picked any of these photos, okay, on her phone or the laptop or whatever. Once she picks on that, it will show as her work, okay? But I will not want Janet to continue because we are not supposed to dive into her privacy. These are her personal photos, which we don't want to see, okay? Now, can you just click the back button on your phone? I don't know where it is. Okay, let us assume in our dream, Janet has submitted a photo of her work, all right? The next thing after submitting the photo of the work she took is to click turn in. So please, click turn in now. Okay. Work submitted. Do you see that? Work submitted. Thank you. Thank you. Now you can stop share now. So I will need to continue now as the teacher. Yeah, back to classroom. No, back to the meeting. Stop sharing at the top there. Stop sharing. Awesome. Thank you so much, Janet. I clap for you. Now we are here and it says one person has turned in. Can you remember like 10 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago, it was showing us 0 turned in. But because we have a student now, Janet, that has submitted, is showing me 1 turned in. Now you are the teacher. A child has submitted. And please, of course, if you have 2 students, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20 of them that have turned in, you will see their numbers here, okay? And all of them that have turned in or all of them that have submitted, you see their names right here, okay? Now, here is a student here. This is Ojo Modupe. I don't want to call her a name. Let me call her Mary. Is Mary okay? Sandra. Okay, let me call her Sandra. So Sandra is here. Sandra is a lazy student. Sandra has not done my homework. So, but Janet is ready. Now, can you see this button here that says dash over 20? I want to score this work, but wait, why will I score this work? I have not even seen the work in the first place. What will I do? On the name of the student you see under turned in, when you click on the name of that child, you will see what the child has done. When I click here for another student, okay, you will see what the child has not done as well. So if I click here now, it will be empty. Why this is showing? Somebody will say, is this empty? This is something now for this student. This is because I gave all of them access to this document. All right. So if I click on this, I will see this student has not done anything. But for this child here, I will see what this child has done, including the photo. Okay. Look at the message she sent here. Maybe this message says, Mr. Eduwani, I have done my work. You will see the comment for this child here. Here. You see whatever message, or if the child is having difficulty. Hello, Mr. Eduwani or Toluwani. I don't understand question 5. Please, I will need your help. Whatever the message is, you will see it here. Then you will know how to make a comment for that student that has commented here. Let me reply this student and say, oh, good job, dear. Good job, comma, dear. And put exclamation mark there. Then I click send button here. So I've replied this student here. but I've not graded the student. There are ways to do that, okay? I come in here and I said, after I have read your work, I have opened the document. I can see the student's work. All right. Now, if the child added 2 photos, 3 photos, 4 photos of whatever she has done, I will see here as well. Okay. So when I click on that photo, don't forget, we did not allow Janet to attach photo because we don't want to see her private photos. But let's assume that in our dream, she added one. We will see that photo here. Click on it and you'll be able to see or read and make comment. Oh, I have read your work. Number 1 was not correct. You put a comment here for the child. Only that child will see it. Okay. That's how to do that. Then after studying or going through the child's work, come down here and put dash over 20. The question is, where is this 20 coming from? Let me ask a student here. Who can tell us, where is this 20 coming from? Who put this 20 here? How did we see 20 here? I need someone to tell me. I want to be sure if you remember what I've talked about before.
You grade it to 20 marks.
When we were creating the assignment, we added 20 points for the
20
grading.
marks.
Thank you. God bless you there. Thank you for your contribution. All right, so that's why this is coming up. In case I want to change it, okay? Maybe after I've sent the work, I was like, oh, this is their CAO, this is their test, second test or third test. It should not be 20, it should be over 60. I'm just saying anyway. Or it should be over 10. I have made a mistake. You can quickly change it up here to whatever you want to change it to. I just made it 50 now, okay? I press enter and you click update. Can you see? It was 20 here before, here. Now it's now 50 for us. So I can now proceed and grade this child. I think I should grade this child 49 over 50. Am I not nice? I'm nice, 49 over 50. Manage it, Janet, okay? Because you did well today. All right, so I press my enter key to send that. Now, after grading this child, you can still change your mind and say, I think the girl is good. She did well. I have graded all other students under her. All other ones, nobody performed as much as her. I think I should just give her a 50-50. Okay, let me just change her score. 50 over 50. Press my enter key. If it is your phone, the same thing you would do. Then she got 50 out of 50. That is awesome. Then you will see this button here that says, this is menu for this child. Menu for this. So when I click on this menu, then you see return. Hello. Listen and watch your screen, please. Return means I have read your work, I have seen your work, I have read it, and I have commented on your work, and I have graded your work. Let me return it back to the student. So I click return. If I want to add more comment and say excellent, am I correct? Excellent, excellent. I think I'm correct. Sorry. I think it's my personal behavior. Before I send anything, I always read like 2-3 times before I send anything. I think it's a habit that we can also inculcate instead of sending before you realize there's a mistake. All right. That's by the way. Let's continue our work. All right. So excellent. Then return. It is not compulsory to put it to hello. It's not compulsory. It's optional. I can decide to say no comment. Take your 50-50 and go. All right. It's not compulsory, but if you think you need to do that, then you just put in your comment there, and this is the return button here. Let it go. It's going to the student now. Okay. All right. So Janet, if you are still here, can we see what you are going to see now as a student now? Can we see what you're going to see? Janet, if you are here, can you please share your screen again, please? Now let us see what the student will see after the teacher has graded. It is good we see the student view and the teacher's view. Now click on that. Sorry, the assignment at the top there. Okay, now can you see 50 over 50 at the top right hand side? Can you see it? I believe we can, because I can see her screen, so many of us should be able to see her screen. So she scored 50 over 50, and the communication we had in the course of this work is please keep it like this. Thank you, Janet. All right, so the communication we have, the comment between me and that child or that student, everything is right there. She can see my response just to see the feedback from the teacher. Okay. All right. So thank you, Janet. You may stop share now. Thank you, Janet. So that's the way it works under how to grade. I think I've shown you how to add the student, how to send your assignment, how to see the student work, how to grade and make comment on student work, right? In case you are confused yourself and you still like, what did I even tell them to do? I can't even remember. You come under instruction and you see what you gave them to do. Here is it. Okay? Here is it. So you see the information you gave the students in the very first place. So that's by the way. Now, coming back to the classroom, Eduwani's demo class. So if I click on this, it takes me back to our classroom home page. And in case I have about 2, 3, 4, 5 classes, I want to jump into another class, then you come up here and pick another class where you can continue from. We need to bring this to a close in a moment. All right, so under classwork, the one we created is already here, which is the work we just did right now between me and Janet and all of us that were watching the screen. We all did it together. So this is the work we just created. So all your past work will be shown under this tab here. Let me take it back again so that I will not be too fast. This is your landing page anytime you land in your classroom. Immediately you click the name of that class. Okay, don't forget. Let me take it from the beginning now. This is classroom. You see all the classes you have. In this demo class, I have 2 classrooms, okay? And out of these 2, I want to enter this particular one. When I click in that particular class, maybe this is primary 2. The other one I just left is maybe GSS 2, GSS 3, or whatever. So when you click in that and you land in the home page, like I told us, the streams is the landing point into every classroom, okay? Now, under that, the second button at the top here is classwork. If it is your phone, you see it at the bottom of your screen, okay? Now, when you click classwork, you see all the work you've created before, okay? All the work you've created before. You will see right here, okay? Then, in a situation where you want the children to quickly go to that work and maybe they don't get notification, how will you tell them that there is work for you to do? You can still come to this work here. In fact, let me do it right from here. You can just come to your writing landing home page, click on this button here, and you will see copy link. Okay, that's what I want to show us. Copy link to this assignment that I have created. So I click copy link. Then you can now send it to either their parents on their WhatsApp or any means you want to use to communicate with them. That's in case you want to alert them and let them know there is something waiting. Back to classwork at the top here. Okay, now when you click create, we saw assignment, right? Now under assignment, we've shown you how it works. Now I will skip quizzes because this quizzes is a training on its own. Quizzes is a very fantastic tool that we need as well, but I can't do that right now. I'm sorry, not because I don't want to, but because it's a training on its own, like a training on Google quiz. So we won't do this now because of time. Here says question. This is if you want to say in this class, who should be our class governor? Sorry, we don't say governor in primary school or secondary. We say class captain or monitor. Or when do you think we should do anything? Just any question you want to ask the student for, like a poll for them to contribute. And you want to see how many people will say yes, how many people will say no. Like you want to have an engaging classroom. You use this button. And here says material. I use this a lot. Material. So I click on material here. Okay. So here you give your material a title. So that's the title of the work. And the description is the instruction. Then the next thing is to add work for them to do. Like I showed us before, the same way we did it on the assignment. This is from Google Drive if you have a file that you want to pick from there. This is YouTube video if you want to use YouTube video. This is something new from the scratch if you want to create something new from the scratch. This is to upload, this is the link if you want to show them a website link for them to study whatever you want them to study. But in this case, I'll be using upload, where you will pick whatever you have on your phone or on your device. And this is the document I want to use as my lesson material. I just pick that document and I attach it. In the next 5 seconds, it is dropped here. And I think I'm fine. Okay. So now the document is here. It's just for them to study. So there is no option like students should edit, students should view and all that. It's just a material for them to study. So obviously it's just for them to open and study it. And once you are fine, you can just click post button here. Okay. Or if you want to do it in the future and schedule it right now, like I want this work to be automatically posted for them for next week English class, then you can use schedule button. I think I showed us that one before as well. Therefore, today I'll just click post this straight away, and it will take us to, now we have two things under classwork. So whatever you do, either quizzes or classwork or assignments or material, everything will show up here. Now when you get back to the stream as well, here you will see we now have the classwork. It say I have posted new material, George Orwell's Animal Farm. Okay, so a student will click on it and we open the document, and they will be able to study. That is, if you want them to study George Orwell's Animal Farm or whatever you think you want to share with them. So I think I want to bring this to a wrap in a moment. The way it works is that you need to learn how to use pictures to upload, documents like PDF or docs to upload, videos to upload. Those are the materials that you can use to communicate with your students in Google Classroom. All right. In case you want to record the score for your tests, you can see everything under grades. Okay. You see grade and you see whatever you've given to that student under grades. So basically, here we are under streams, where you see all communication, either information as announcement for the students, where you always see that at the top, or you see your assignment that you created, or you see the lesson material you have created. You see everything under stream. And under classwork, you will see the existing classwork you've created before, and you use this button to create a new one. Here under people, that's where you see those that are in your class, either teachers, where you use this button to add more teachers, and you use this to see all the students you already have. Under grades, that's where you see the totality of what you have graded a child or a student in your classroom. Am I leaving anything behind? Is there anything you still want me to talk about? This channel is good for you and me. Therefore, subscribe here and like this video by giving it a thumbs up so we can see again in my next videos. Thank you for watching.